Hi guys, my name is Miss Rye and I'll be the librarian for the next school year. Today I'm going to show you how to create Google Slides for your research project. The first thing you need to do is open a web browser, and we're going to use Google Chrome because that is the easiest one to work with whenever we're creating something like a Google slide. So whenever the home page opens up, we're going to go to this area right here and we're going to click Google Drive because that's where we'll be creating and storing our project. Now, if we need to create something new, we go to the left-hand corner and click the plus sign next to the word new. Once we click it, this drop-down menu should open up, and we're going to go down all the way to Google Slides. Once I click it, it automatically creates a new slides presentation for us, and we need to name it so that way we can share it later and also keep track of it. First thing I need to do is write my name. And right next to my name, I'm going to record my topic. Let's say I'm studying polar bears. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the title page. So I go down here and I click where it says click to add title. And I'm going to add my topic. And then underneath, I'll write my name. So we've created our Google slide, we've named it, and we have added the information we need to our title page. Now it's time to share it with Miss Mac and me. That way we can find it and answer questions if you ever have any problems. So in order to share your Google Slides presentation, you need to go to the right-hand side and click the share button. Click like that. If you're using your school account, you should be able to find our email addresses. If you can't, there are resources on Google Classroom to help you find our email addresses. So I'm going to look for Miss Mac. I type the first few letters of her first name and it appears. Also going to look for me. I type the first few letters of my first name. It appears as well. When both the people with whom I'm sharing appear in this box right here, I'm going to go ahead and click the button that says Send. Now we know for sure Miss Mac and me are able to view these documents if there are any problems. Now that I've shared it and I've got it all set up, I need to start adding content to it. To do that, I need to add a content slide. I'll go to the left-hand corner and click the plus sign. When I do, a new slide will appear. Now, let's say I'm ready to start adding images. And depending on which device or which computer you're using, this process can vary. So I'm going to show you how I do it for my computer, which is a Mac. I'm going to go and open a new tab. And then I'm going to do a Google search for my topic. So let's say I'm trying to find polar bears. This opening screen may come up, but I want to look specifically at images, so I'll click Images. And I'll look and see which one I like the best. I like this one the best. If you're using a PC, you'll right-click. If you're using a Mac, you will control-click on the image. When you do, a drop-down menu like this should appear. Now, if you have a Google Chromebook, this will give you the option to automatically save it to Google Drive, but I don't have that option, so I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to go down here to Save Image As, and then I need to give it a name so I can recognize it. Then I need to choose a place where I can save it on my computer. I would recommend Documents because that's a good place to store information. Then I click Save. So I found my picture. Now I'm ready to add it to my Google Slides presentation. So I go back to my Google Slides presentation. I have my slide all ready to go. Now I have to insert a picture. So I click Insert, and I take my cursor and hover over the word image, and it gives me several options. Now, I saved it to my computer, so I would need to go to Upload from Computer. If you saved it from the drive, you need to choose that, Photos, and so on. So I'm going to upload from my computer, and if you remember correctly, I saved it under Documents, and I titled it Polar Bear Sitting Up, so I click that. I press Open, And there I have my image in my Google slide. Whenever you're using information from a website or basically using any information or image that you did not create yourself, you have to cite it or use a reference. Here's how we would do that. So I want to go back to where I was before, to that image search I was doing before. Then I need to click on this picture until I get to the website where I would find it. So I click here. Looks like I'm going to have to click again, and I am. And in order to cite this picture, I need to use this right here. This is the URL, that's the web address where I can find the image. So I can do it two ways, and I'm going to show you both. I can click 1, 2, 3 times, or I can use the two-finger method, where I take one finger, hold it down, and the other finger will scroll over until I get the entire web address highlighted, just like that. You'll know it's highlighted because it'll be in blue. To copy it, I'll press Command-C if I'm using a Mac. I'll use Control-C if I'm using a PC. Once I've got and you notice nothing is happening, but I'll know whether I've done it correctly when I go back to my Google Slides presentation. So I'm going to click on a text box. That's just any one of these that when I click on they turn blue, and I'm going to paste, which would be Command-V or Control-V, depending on whether you have a Mac or a PC. Now, right now I can see that I cannot view the entirety of the URL. So what I can do is adjust this text box to make it more visible. What I would do is, first of all, if it's all blue, that's good to go. And I'm going to go in this corner right here until the cursor looks like that arrow. And I'm going to resize my text box until I can see both my picture and my citation. Thanks guys so much for watching the video with me. If you have any questions, please feel free to email, and good luck.